we're starting by talking about a new bombshell royal book about Prince Andrew. The book, called Entitled by Andrew Lowney, is being called the most devastating royal biography ever. It contains shocking new claims about Andrew's ties to Jeffrey Epstein, of which Andrew denies any wrongdoing. There's allegations of wild parties, royal feuds, his rudeness to palace staff, and even a physical fight with Prince Harry, which Prince Harry has now denied. So, Brenda, will you be lapping all this up?
No, not at all.
OK, well, that's it for today. Thank you very much for tuning in.
It's a no from Brenda.
It's a no from Brenda.
It's a bit like Jukebox Jury. That'll only it's a joke. That'll only
Joanna,
be
I
over
think you're
80s,
like me. You're going to be lapping it up, aren't you?
Yes, I've already been lapping up the serialisation extracts that were out over the weekend. I must say, I've experienced Prince Andrew close up at a dinner.
Not in that way. Not in that way.
With a knife and fork in my hand at the time. No other implements were involved. I sat next to him at a dinner, and based on my 2 hours conversation with him, and, you know, he was quite entertaining company, but from what I experienced, I would say that a lot of the observations in the book about his boorishness, his toilet humour, his, like, just general oafishness is what I experienced close up. I mean, don't get me wrong, he was fun, he was bubbly, but was that appropriate for a member of the royal family?
Do you think it's like a form of arrested development?
Yes, he's like a teenager. It's like talking to someone who's just discovered they've got that thing down there and there's a lot of stuff you can do with it. And for me, I don't wish Andrew any harm, but what I find extraordinary is that he is a very poor product of his background, and he's not a very good advertisement for the royal family. Why we should care about it is that before he was disgraced, he represented a lot of charities, and then they had to find other people as patrons. And frankly, doesn't it all come down to poor parenting? I mean, we might have put the Queen on a pedestal and she was a marvellous woman in so many ways, but when it comes to rearing her favourite son, Andrew, you've got to wonder.
Well, maybe that's the key, the fact that he was favourite. He thought he could get away with anything. Because, I mean, King Charles seems to be doing a pretty good job. Prince Edward, who's now the new Duke of Edinburgh, he seems to be, like, very entrenched in his role. So I don't know, maybe he's just like the sort of the middle child.
I think they're saying that, aren't they, that Kate and William are worried after seeing Andrew and also Harry. They are the spares, aren't they? And they're probably looking at Louis and Charlotte and thinking, right, we don't want them to go down the same route. What can we do? What tools can we give them that enable them to have a sense of purpose? Like, what are their interests, hobbies? So maybe they could pursue that as a job. I mean, that's what it comes down to. If you've got no purpose, no job, what are you going to do?
Well,
You're just entitled, which is the name of the book. And as privileged as they are, that can also just really backfire.
Yeah, I mean, he did have purpose for a while. I mean, he was in the Navy.
Yeah, during the Falklands, he acquitted himself very well.
And then when he left the Navy, he was given that sort of global trade envoy job. But, you know, the book is suggesting that he made quite a lot of that for himself personally as well. But I wanted to ask you, are you actually that interested in the royals?
This is it. I sometimes feel guilty that I'm not. I think, is it a generational thing? Is it that I've lived overseas, like in America for a long time? My husband's French. Like, we don't really, like, get that invested. I remember my husband's sister came over from Paris to spend, I don't know if it was the Jubilee or one of those things we celebrate, and she's got a hat on and I'm making scones and she's like, Kelly, what is this? I'm like, I don't really know. It's just what we do. And it's like, I'm not
But
really...
that's not completely true, Kelly, because Americans will be the #1 market for this book, because Americans of a certain age are completely fascinated by our monarchy, because what have they got? Trump.
This is true.
But I think in addition to what you're saying, yes, the American side across the waters will be interested, but I think over here we're a bit more... We've had enough of all the scandal, we've had enough of all the stories, we've had enough of all the
You've been shocked to your core.
The allegeds, you know, and I just think there shouldn't be a book. I
You
just
brought
don't
up
think
the
there
alleged word.
should- I said alleged.
She did it last week, she's done it again.
It did make me feel a bit more
Saying a
normal.
word.
But you know what, Brenda, you say that, but the algorithms of online suggest that the royal stories are still very highly read. Needless to say, Buckingham Palace and representatives for Prince Andrew have not responded to requests for comment.
They're not interested.